Hey everybody, welcome back to the Percy Jackson of Poseidon podcast. So this is going to be my Season 2 recap and Gods and Monsters rankings. Sorry for the late video, been very busy, but let's go ahead and get right into it. So Season 2, I just really enjoyed a lot more than Season 1. I thought it does a great job balancing the light humor with the more epic adventure. I just thought the kids felt a lot more like kids, like they reacted more like teenagers. Percy was a lot less of a downer this season. It's like the small moments, right? Like when, Percy is, chasing Tyson on the beach and they're laughing and Percy's making a sandwich while he's talking to Clarice, or Grover and Annabeth, laughing because Percy drools in his sleep. Like little moments like that really make them feel like, yeah, these are still kids, even though they're like on this epic quest, right? So just little moments like that. Tyson is my MVP for the season. I love Tyson. He's the emotional heart of the season. Every scene he's in, he just really brings that emotional weight and helps the characters in their journey and their character arc. Clarice, I thought, had a great character arc here. I love what the actress is doing. She feels like the daughter of Ares. She has that, drive and a little bit of anger and angst to her, but also there's a lot of moments of vulnerability where she opens up about, her insecurities, and I really just love that. And so I just think this overall, it was a lot better of this. They improved in a lot of ways from season 1, which was kind of a downer, and just not very fun, season 1. And this season definitely had a lot of fun, and there were definitely moments where the characters had to, work through the problem a little bit better. Whereas I felt season 1, they were just like, they walk into a situation and that's like, oh yes, this is the Lotus Hotel Casino, don't eat the flowers. Where instead of, discovering things on their own. There's a little bit of that in season 2, but it's not as bad as season 1 was. So I just think they improved upon a lot of stuff. There is some stuff that I do feel the show doesn't know which audience it's playing for. Sometimes the show feels like it's made for 8-year-olds. Sometimes it feels like it's made for 18-year-olds. And you can do both, but I don't think we need to switch the tone drastically in some spots. I'm looking at you, Tantalus. So speaking of Tantalus, I don't like that character. I thought he was not done very well this season, and he's luckily not in it a lot, but the scenes he was in I did not like. And that was maybe one of the downsides. The other downside is the monsters. Not a lot of monsters. I'm really sad they didn't do the Hydra this year. I know they didn't have the budget for Chiron and his centaurs. And that's, I guess, just going to be an ongoing issue, as we're just going to have to deal with the limitations of the budgets and also short episodes. Hopefully, if this show gets popular enough, maybe they can up the budget. For seasons 4 and 5. For season 5, they're going to have to up the budget for that book. So we'll see what they do. But knowing that they can improve from season 1 to season 2 gives me a lot of hope for season 3, and that they'll continue to improve. And I do like the castings we've got for the characters, new characters in season 3. We got Thalia here, and I liked what we did with Thalia, and we'll see more of her in season 3. So overall, I think season 2 I think it did what it needed to do. It got me back on board with the show, and it got me excited for season 3. So let's go ahead and get into the Gods and Monsters. And like I said, there's not really a lot of monsters. So I'll just kind of include other Greek mythological entities in there as well. But for the gods, we got Chiron, Dionysus, same as the first season. Tantalus is technically a demigod, but for the purposes, I'll throw him in here. Athena, Circe, which are the new ones, Hermes, Poseidon, and Zeus. And I think that's actually all of the gods this season. I don't think we got any. I mean, Kronos is technically a Titan, and we did get some voices of Kronos in here. Tantalus is the worst, so he's at the bottom. And then I would put Dionysus right down there with him. I don't care for this portrayal of Dionysus. Chiron wasn't in it enough, so he's kind of at the bottom. And then I put Hermes. It was just a small scene with Hermes. And then I would put Athena, just because it was kind of a fake scene. It wasn't real Athena, but it was a cool glimpse. And then I would go Poseidon, Zeus, and at the top I'd put Circe, honestly, because I really loved that episode. I love the actress's portrayal of Cersei. I love what they did with it. I love that, like, Annabeth's like, "You're Cersei," and she's like, "Yeah, I'm not hiding it. Like, yeah, what's up?" And like, she was just like open, kind of mid-open, but I just loved her whole thing that she was doing with that, and I think it was the best use of the god for the season. I do like Poseidon's interaction with Percy and Tyson. I love him acknowledging Tyson. I thought that was really sweet. But other than that, we didn't see him. We didn't get nothing of him and Sally this season, so I don't like that. Zeus, I thought, was actually handled really well with the recast. If, R.I.P. Lance Reddick, but if you can't have Lance Reddick, Courtney B. Vance is a great substitute. So, and I thought he came in and did a really good job. It's not much, but I thought it was really good, and it sets up why Talia does not like him, and so we'll see where that goes in season 3. Athena, I really like the glimpse that we got into Athena, and I'm very excited to see her interact more with Annabeth, and her disdain for maybe Percy. So that could be good. That could be good. We'll see what they do with Athena going forward. I really like the actress they got, so I really hope she can come back. Hermes, I wish it's his son Luke, right? I feel like, but he's like, I don't know. I don't know why he doesn't have the staff of the snakes. Again, budget issues. But he doesn't really do much here, so kind of a non-entity. Lin-Manuel Miranda he's just coming in for a day, half a day, and getting a paycheck for this role. But whatever. Tantalus I hate, so, and I hate the look of Tantalus. Like, doesn't he have, like, eyeballs all over him or something? I just feel like, again, budget issues are really, like, restricting the show. But also, what they did with the character was horrible. I do wish we get more Chiron, though. I do wish we get more Chiron. And Dionysus I wish he was more Dionysus like. So for the Greek other entities and monsters, we get the Grey Sisters, we get the Lastrygonian Giants, we get the Stifmalian birds, whatever they're called. We get Blackjack the Pegasus, we get the Sirens, a little bit of Charybdis and Scylla, we get a glimpse of the Furies, and then we get the main one, Polyphemus. So out of these, I guess they used the Giants a lot, and I guess maybe because it was practical, and so they're like, let's get the most use out of this if we're putting money into it. So they used the Giants a lot, and Polyphemus as well. I really liked what they did here with Polyphemus, so I think he is definitely the best of the monsters in this category, just because I really liked what they did. I liked the little twist that he knew it was Grover the whole time. I just think it was really well done, and we got like 2 episodes with him or so I just thought they handled Polyphemus really well. The Giants were kind of like in the background a lot with Luke's army. They don't really do much though. So I don't know how effective they are. They can kind of throw like fire cannonballs, but that's about it. So I guess by default so they're number 2 just because they were in it more. Although no, actually the best would be the Sirens. Honestly, I liked the Sirens in the sense of it was a little weird. They're like in the lava rock, like stuck in the rock. That part was a little weird, but they definitely looked horrifying, and the way they were able to like manipulate Annabeth into like this illusion that she's defeating them to like lure her in closer, I thought that was really like wicked and like terrifying. And so I thought the Sirens were used really well. The birds I thought were used pretty well too, because I liked that they had to figure out how to defeat the birds also. That was good too. It wasn't just, oh, these are the birds, this is how we defeat them, and then they're gone. It was like, oh no, the birds are creating a lot of attack and a lot of chaos, and then they had to like remember, okay, yeah, how do we, like they had to work through it, and that's what I'm talking about. Like season 1, I feel like they didn't have to work through anything. It was great to see Blackjack. He doesn't really do much, but it's still really good to see him here. Charybdis and Scylla, the Sea of Monsters, they're really more in just shadow, and they're just more of like a looming presence for that episode, which I thought was a really good way to do it if you're not going to actually show them that much. So I thought the atmosphere around that situation I thought was used really well in that episode. The Grey Sisters, I kind of wish we got a little more with the Grey Sisters, to be honest. I liked the actresses they got, so I would like to see them back maybe. We got a glimpse of some of the Furies about to attack Italia, but that's really all we get, so they're not great. Yeah, and so that's actually it. Yeah, there wasn't that many monsters this season, which is kind of sad, because I liked season 1 where there's like a monster every episode, almost. So, yeah. But I mean, like I said, they try to use the giants a lot. But the best of them, I would say, would be Polyphemus and the Sirens. Polyphemus because he actually played a significant role, and the Sirens because they were terrifying. The worst would be the Furies because they just didn't do nothing. So, yeah, I mean, what are your guys' thoughts? What out of the gods, which ones did you like? And out of the Greek mythological entities, I'll put them, because the Grey Sisters aren't really monsters, and Pegasus or Blackjack's not really a monster, but they're kind of in that other, they're not gods, they're just in the Greek mythological world. So yeah, which ones are your favorites? Let me know what you guys think. What did you think of season 2 overall? Did you like it as much as I did, or maybe you didn't think it was that good of an improvement? So love to hear your thoughts. Please let me know. Stay tuned to the channel for more Percy Jackson content. I will be doing my review for the Chalice of the Gods, and eventually I'll review Wrath of the Triple Goddess and some other books and stuff. So stay tuned to the channel for more Percy Jackson content. And yeah, looks like we're going to be getting season 3 at the end of the year, so that's good, and we're going to be looking forward to that. So yeah, that's it. Thank you all for watching the Percy Jackson Son of Sidon podcast, and until next time, later, seaweed brain. Bye.